That's for Venezuela to have a government news network. What's up, people? All right. Mamacita. The shop is half cleaned. Well, I don't think you had a cleaning problem as much as you need to build rooms within rooms issue. Hey, Tracy, if you want some caps for your Mojito and Marshall kits, hit me up, man. I got you. So what's good? I've got the trademark 120 on back here, and it sounds great. I'm glad that I did not mix and match speakers. The trademark 120 with the V types, that's the way it should be. You're able to really crank the treble. With if it was a different speaker like the previous ones I had in there, just the treble gets too piercing. This bad boy needs some new strings. I got to put some new strings on the G&L. I'm going to put a set of those NYXL. I might do that right now. I've got just a touch of reverb. This has great spring reverb. Here's some more reverb. More reverb? That's sounding dope. Hmm. I'm gonna write myself a note to remind myself of the ohms. Fuck. I need a Sharpie. On the roof. On the roof is where I want to be. Hmm. Well, don't use a Boss Super Overdrive, the yellow box with a high watt. Offset Guitar Tech, you are currently the one participant that has entered the giveaway contest. Congratulations, dude. So what I got here is I got first in line. I've got the. Let's see if I can show you. I was just listening to some great. So I'm playing this amp, the high watt, through the Bogner cab with a EV. So here's the Tech 21. And it is the high watt one. So this is just a very similar EQ, and it works great with it. I can sculpt in more highs, less highs. I can change the drive. Let's turn the volume down, crank up the drive. The drive sounds good. It's also got the muff in there. Here's a lower gain. And then drive maxed out on it. Yeah, that sounds like if you have a high watt totally dimed. So that's great. That gives me the muff and the high watt EQ and drive options. But what sounds great with a Marshall does not sound great with a high watt. Here's that super overdrive. The way that you'd set it up to hit a Marshall with the volume cranked and the drive really low. This doesn't work. Then I've got this Screddy Serenity Overdrive, which is very nice. Tech 21. So the Tech 21 is just giving me more from this high watt. The high watt is limited in its features. The Tech 21 just gives it an expanded potential for EQ, different types of drive, and then also the fuzz. Man, we got a lot of shimmer in the house tonight. Without the Tech 21, yeah, the Tech 21 just gives it a lot of expandability. That is awesome in front of that amp. Well, I really like the Bogner Cube with the EVM. Great mashup. Much better than, let's see. What did I have in the EVM? Oh, no. The Bogner Cube has a 12, the Bogner Cube has classic lead 80 in it. Yep. So I had the EVM in the Bogner Cube. It's a badass guitar, man. So I had the EVM in the Bogner Cube. I took it out. I put a 16 ohm classic lead 80, and that is a brighter speaker. And because that Bogner Cube has all the padding in it, it's thick, it's overbuilt, it sounds badass in that cab. So I've also got the amp on the 16 ohm tap. Man, that's sounding great. right now that EV speaker is in one of the boxes that I put into the closet, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. So I've got two V-types in the Tech 21 combo amp that sound great and allows me to turn up the highs a lot more without getting piercing. And then in the 212, I have the classic lead 80 to 8 ohms. So I can either go from 16, which I'll use with tubes, or 4, which I'll use with solid state for modeling. And then in the Bogner, I've got another classic lead 80. That's 16 ohms, which I use with tube heads. So, again, Tracy, I'll send you some of these Mojotone caps, man, so you can build your, your Mojotone kits. Got some extra ones. I've also got some Dijons hanging around. Got some Dijons for you. Yeah, Tracy, I got some Dijons, man. I got you. So, yeah, Tracy, I know you're building those kits, man. You need some extra Dijons. You need the caps like this. I got you, man. Free of charge, free of charge. Now, I'm willing to give away stuff to the most loyal fans. And it's very obvious that Tracy was inspired by this channel, as well as Mr. Benson. There's a lot of inspiration coming out of our village. That's great. That's what we like to see. So, just trying to give away, pass along some good vibes to Tracy and Chris. So yeah, right now Offset, the guitar tech, is the only person that is in the competition. If you want to be part of the competition, you got to email me. Show that you're a guitar player who's ready to take a tube head, and that's about it. I've got to validate that you're a guitar player. How do you prove that to me? Well, some visual evidence. Show me that you are a guitar player. I'm not going to send a $5,000 legacy amplification head to somebody who's got a $100 acoustic guitar in the closet and said, "Oh yeah, I'm a guitar player." Bro, you got to be ready to take on this giveaway. So, email me, and I'll validate you, and we'll move from there. In other news, let's do a health and wellness check. Okay, it's the middle of winter. Let's check in, health and wellness wise. One thing I did about 10 days ago is I threw away my vape and vape juices and all this, threw it all away. Why? Because I think I was mixing juices that weren't meant to be mixed, man. Riley, bro, look, if you need to use a wall transformer, then you'll use a wall transformer. Riley, if he makes it 120, you can use a step down transformer. Big deal. Will that be a make or break situation for you if you have to use a $40 step down transformer? Nah, I'm not going to give little breadcrumbs like a Hansel and Gretel type game to you guys as the weeks go on. I said it once, I'll say it again. I'll probably say it 1,000 more times before this is done. You got to email me. You got to confirm and validate that you're a guitar player. How do you do that? Some visual evidence. We're giving away a tube head. What do you need for a tube head? You need electric guitars, speaker cabinets. So you got to prove to me that you're a guitar player, and then you will be entered into the giveaway. That's it. Simple as day. If you got to use a step down transformer, if he just makes it 120, if he doesn't have 120, 220 on a switch or something, you'll use a step down transformer. Big deal. I live in Asia in an American community where everybody has American or Asian appliances, and everybody's got step down transformers for something, because we've got a mess of different appliances. Bendy Boo in the house, 5:30 a.m. Well, hey, you're being responsible, starting your day right, getting up early, getting all those chores done. Also, somebody came on here a couple days ago and they said, I would love to get this for my son. He's a Marine. Well, don't do some sort of sneaky emotional appeal. If you want your son to get it because he's a guitar player and you're not, then just tell your son to come to this channel and ask me for it, and it's as simple as that. I'll sign him up. If you're not a guitar player but you know guitar players that are passionate about it, that want to have good sound, send them this way. We'll sign them up. I'm not going to make this a confusing Hansel and Gretel game where I'm dropping breadcrumbs. Nah. The rules are simple. You got to be a guitar player. You got to contact me. Show that you're a guitar player with some visual evidence. I'll sign you up. And this stuff about, yeah, I've got a guitar. Well, not yet, but no. You gotta be a guitar player with fucking gear to be able to handle a tube head. If we're giving away a $5,000 tube head, you gotta be ready to accept that and plug it up and crank it up and rock out. So, Riley, you're wrong. The same mistakes are not being made. We're going to be totally consistent from here till after game day. So does anybody have questions? Okay, back to the health and wellness. Riley, you got me mixed up with that comment, man. So the health and wellness, I threw away the vape pen and all the vape juices and all this stuff. I've been vaping for years. Um, I think I was mixing the wrong juices, and I was making myself kind of sick. I was kind of walking around with a hangover from mixing the wrong juices. I think that's what was going on. So I got, let's see, I got food poisoning on the way back from vacation like 10 days ago. And along with the food poisoning, um, I just didn't want to vape because it was poisoning me, and my body was really weak because it was coming out both ends. It was awful for a whole day. Um, so I needed to get healthy that day. So didn't vape that day, and then the next day I'm still feeling weak. Still got some chills and stuff. I'm just looking at this vape thing, my vape was also being problematic. It was starting to get leaky cartridges, and it's just like, and then you take it on the airplane, you put it in a Ziploc bag, and it's all dirty and full of fucking juice residues and stuff. And man, um, I just I'm not feeling it right now, and thankfully I haven't had the urge to buy a new one. Um, but the vaping, yeah, you don't really know what you're doing. All right, there's also a lot of warnings for people that use like air fryers and different things, non-stick. Basically, when you're heating up plastics and ingesting stuff, probably the coffee makers, like big Nespresso coffee makers at cafeterias and stuff. Keurig cups, all this stuff where you're heating up plastic. I think vaping is one of those things also. And then when you're mixing juices from different companies and you don't really know what chemical combinations you're creating, I mean, they're all kind of made of the same stuff. It's like glycol and flavoring additives, but I don't know. There's enough stuff in them that when you mix them from different companies, you can end up just coming up with some cocktail that wasn't supposed to be, and it might make you feel twice as hungover the next day than you regularly would, right? So thankfully, I'm not hankering for vaping right now because I think I just spoiled it for myself because it was whatever I was doing was not working out and it was like poisoning me. So I'm not like tripping and craving for it right now. Um, so yeah, not telling anybody not to vape, but that's what's going on in my life. Okay, I've got an idea. Let's put um, shit. I need to put NYXL tins on this GNL Invader from like '97. This thing is a fucking sick guitar. Um, but not tonight. Let's see. A couple more minutes on this high watt with the Tech 21. It's so good. So good. Maybe Riley wasn't here, but yeah, the Tech 21 high watt pedal that has the big muff in it. It's right here. This thing just makes the high watt so much more expandable and gives you more EQ options and doesn't change the tone because it's the high watt in a pedal, and high watt on high watt. It doesn't make it sound very different. match made in heaven, man. I'll tell you what, Bogner, if boutique amp distribution would let you out of the GIMP cage, I'd recommend changing the Vintage 30 to the Classic Lead 80 in your 112 Cube cabs. Really recommend that. Much better than the Vintage 30. But that is if Bad lets you out of the GIMP cage that they've got you in. Which I think that was a self-imposed exile. But maybe you can send a message back to the workers that put the cube together. Use the Classic Lead 80 instead of the Vintage 30, brother. Okay, we're going to take a little break. I'll be back. So what's up, dudes? You want in on this contest? There's not much of a contest aspect to it besides on game day we will be drawing the names and ending on the last one. So that's really the only kind of like game aspect of it. The rest is you just have to email me and show me that you're a guitar player who's ready to take on a tube head. I can do that, Riley. It'll take about 30 seconds. Just email me. Show me that you're a guitar player. I've done one. I'm not sure if I was specific enough, but yeah, you just email me and show me that you're a guitar player. My email is in the, if you go to my about or something with my channel here, that's all. Oh, Riley and Offset, you would like this. There is a YouTube channel. The guy's name is Gravedigger. I think he might be somebody who's been in the YDNA chat before. Name is Gravedigger, and then his other name underneath it is something amplifiers, like he's got a little company. And the dude has like 14 little videos about working on a Mesa Mark PCB. And all the videos are showing the Mesa Mark PCB, like different parts of the PCB. And it is just the worst YouTube channel on amps out there, man. It's just straight up looking like VCRs. Yeah, the dude's name is like Gravedigger, and he has like 15 videos, and it's all just top-down video recordings of PCBs from Mesa Mark amp. Really looks freaky. Looks very scary. Okay, I'll make a video. It's simple. Um, just email me, and this is only going to go to guitar players. Yeah, I don't. Well, okay. So here's the thing. Lefty put out this Redhead amp today, which is a copy of the Slow 30. My question is, so you got two 6L6s for the Slow 30. Why would you tune those to put 30 watts out instead of putting a lot more wattage? You could get 60 watts, 65 watts. That's what those tubes are supposed to put out, is two 6L6. It should be like, if you're running it at 70%, it should be like 60 watts, right? So why would you want the Slow 30 with 30 watts out of two 6L6s? Isn't that like not pushing those tubes to where they need to be to sound good? Isn't that going to give you something that's undesirable? That's fine. Yeah, but I'm sorry, maybe I said rightly. Lefty's Redhead amp, it's a Slow 30 clone. Why would you want two 6L6s? No, it's a Slow 30 clone. The Slow 30 is two 6L6s. It should be like a 50 or 60 watt amp, but it's one of these amps like the Phase company and all these amps that are like, yeah, two EL34s, 30 watts. Ooh, it's like two EL34s. I want 55 watts. I want 60 watts. I want you to make it as robust as possible. Nah, Slow 30s, that should be a 50 watt slow, but I guess they thought they could sell more of them if, and also not encroach onto the sales of the Slow 100 if they made some 30 watt slow. Yeah, it's a copy of the Slow 30. Soldano makes Slow 100 and Slow 30. Those are their two Slow products. And then they make some Synergy modules of the Slow, but that's not an amp. So yeah, those are the two Slows that Soldano makes. Slow 100, Slow 30. Slow 30, two 6L6s, 30 watts. That's what Lefty has a copy of. I think for those tubes to sound good, it should be twice as much output. But am I wrong? Maybe all the sound comes from the preamp of it anyways. I don't know. But that's like the founding principles of YDNA, is that you've got to tune the tubes by their spec sheet and put them at a certain rate to get optimal performance. Am I wrong? So if you don't feed them enough juice, it might not sound the way you want it to. Okay, guys, I will make another short little vid asking people to join the giveaway. Thank you for being here.